maybe a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The whole of downtown Nashville likely still reverberating with the sounds of the Titans taking the field a moment ago. They're ready for football as their Titans are set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On play action, Lance. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Tannehill. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Room here to run. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. 67 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Mostert into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And they'll go for it. Lance, complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A first look now for Darrington Evans. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep, Travis Benjamin. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Lance. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Faking to give to Mostert. Now Lance. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
First down, San Francisco.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense for the Titans, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape.
And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But that's going to change the course of things. They had a good drive work and a chance to really open things up here in the first quarter. Instead, the defense, they got exactly what they needed.
Yeah, they certainly did, because making that type of a play gives them confidence moving forward and maybe makes them a little more reticent on the offensive side of the ball.
Because if the touchdown had gone the other way, this thing could have started to get ugly early. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Lance now on 1st down. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. 7-7, our score after 1. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Lance going to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lance a handoff here to Mostert. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 79 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice, consistent gain. To throw, it's Lance.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. George Kittle with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
To throw again on second down. Tannehill trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Here's Mostert. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end.
And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Henry again on second down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. To throw is Tannehill. He completes it to Julio Jones. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And just shedding him off there. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. To the air again, Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Eluding the pressure right, and he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. No problem there on the extra point. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or
now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins coming in off the corner. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. Another try after the 1st down sack. Lance getting this out to the flat. Mostert. And down he'll go at the 25. Now a play fake. Lance. He's airing it out for Sanu. He's got a man. Complete. And finally he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A full 40 yards that time on 3rd down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Shotgun now for Lance. He'll swing this out to Mostert. The 49ers now going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Again, it's Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 30. 10. And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. Extra point attempt here still to come. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. That's swung out to Mostert. Pushing his way through. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lance to throw it. Caught by Sanu. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Lance. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A final shot before half for Lance. Going deep for Benjamin. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Travis Benjamin as time expires in the first half. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game on the final play of the first half. Gold to add the extra point. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No,
Derrick Henry all alone. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. 67 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tannehill now to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Titans are going to take the lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
On second down, Mostert takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Looking in zone for Jones. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. 3 touchdown passes now for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 22.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Off of play action, here's Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Lance. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Tannehill. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season,
because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts.
Touchdown 49ers! George Kittle, 34 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now a handoff to Henry. And he stopped immediately there. Defensively, Jimmy Ward in on the stop. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And Jones has it over the middle. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kwan Williams. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touch. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
2nd down and 3. Once again, it's Mostert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 127 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. They'll run right side with Mostert. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Always got some breathing room. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. D4l8 able to record his 5th sack of the season. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down. Derrick Henry. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give the tackle there to Josh Norman.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. Now it's Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the 49ers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Lance. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And this Tennessee defense for the 2nd straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Lance. He's going to drop this underneath to Mostert. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have moved down in front. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hand.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams are all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And Lance now to throw. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Lance. Flushed out right. This one caught by Kittle. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw as this play will stand as is. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And a solid run down inside the 30.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
3 yards remain for 2nd down. And Lance going to throw. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And out of bounds right around the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Coming up on 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Lance. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie from Virginia Tech, Caleb Farley. And the Titans are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Now a first throw here in overtime. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Faking the give to Mostert. Now Lance. Flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Throwing again on second down. Lance connects with Sanu right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That'll put him close to 100 yards receiving. He's at 98, and he's got a first down. From midfield, here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Lance to throw it. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.